What is up, y'all? Welcome back for another video. Holy crap. Look at this stuff. Wow, Brad Garlinghouse bringing us the news today. Massive step forward. First for all USD, setting the highest standard for stablecoins compliance, both with federal, OCC, and state. Basically, Ripple is now a bank. And the US OCC has accepted their paperwork, whatever they want. They have accepted it and are like, "Yep, we are good." So what this is saying is that this is regulatory compliance, which is stating, let me see here, preliminary, preliminary. My goodness, oh geez, the education system failed me. Conditionally conditional approved only. So I can't talk. um, no, but seriously, so what this is saying is that they've sent in the paperwork and they're like, okay, you know what, we're gonna start working with you. We've accepted it. Let's get this, train moving because this stuff doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, right? So this is massive. And what this is saying is that Ripple Labs is wanting to become part of the banking system, which means it gets access to anything like a bank, which is also interesting how their payment rails can also help with the overnight repo market, which leads me into the next incredible, amazing thing, which is what's going on in the Fed right now. Jerome Powell has basically announced QE without saying QE, and also is saying, hey, we have a problem. It could be the job market weakening plus inflation is a little bit sticky. Now, this is the term that would be used is stagflation, and that is not necessarily saying that it's out of control. All that this means is that inflation's high and the job market is weakening, which means that their dual mandate for maximum employment and 2% inflation can no longer happen right now. So they're kind of in a tough spot. But unfortunately, there's not really a whole lot that is going to get fixed. They cannot continue to keep draining the balance sheet because of the overnight repo market, which is basically all of the money being transferred back and forth between the Federal Reserve and the banking committee. I don't want to get too into it. I briefly, have talked a little bit about it here on the channel, but basically this is like Ripple is being able to plug into those rails. And I believe that the OCC believes crypto, especially Ripple, and there's a couple others as well. I know Circle as well, can help free up liquidity, move money faster, and just make things overall easier. This is basically the best metaphor I can come up with, and that would be like going from sending mail overseas to using email. That's huge, and I think that what Ripple is trying to do, plus there's a couple others, but this is the main one. This is the main one I talk about. XRP. This goes to show you that it's always been happening. And I think now there's a lot more that's being brought to light. But this goes to show you XRP will remain in the top cryptos. It is literally being plugged into the United States government, the OCC. Like, this isn't just another partnership. This isn't just another, whatever. This isn't another acquisition. This is regulatory clarity without the Clarity Act. And what this means is that these are real catalysts that we're going to see huge appreciation and value. This stuff takes time. You're going to have to be patient. But also looking into it, hey, you can still buy cheap XRP knowing all of these catalysts are going to happen, which is one, the National Bank Trust, and also early next year, we'll see the Clarity Act running through the Senate. And what I was just saying, the Fed announcing pretty much QE. That frees up liquidity plus regulatory clarity. It's the perfect storm. It's literally the perfect storm. And, you know, you don't want to be on the wrong side of this. You don't want to be sitting on the sidelines. XRP plus a couple others, which includes Bitcoin, Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, all of them, right? I'd say the top 10, right, are going to see massive, massive appreciation. Oh, and Chainlink, that's another one. I always forget about that one. And Chainlink, being able to connect all the stuff together, like whatever. All I'm saying is this is massive for the entire community of crypto, but most importantly, Ripple. So all I'm saying is keep an eye out for manipulation. Keep an eye out for FUD. Just know that when there's big headlines like this, the market makers are going to probably want to manipulate the price a little bit. But so be it, right? We just get more time to buy cheaper XRP. So do keep in mind, I know there's a lot of people who are confused when they see headlines like this and wonder why isn't the price being affected, and sometimes even negatively. And you do have to understand that big headlines like this, usually market makers are going to try to manipulate and dump the price. So yeah, just keep in mind that. But also, this is one of the first huge steps into um, building the future of the finance system. You have to think about it like this. What's the difference between XRP, crypto, and I'm just going to use Google for an example. Well, for one, Google has had regulatory clarity to be able to be used by everybody since 1997. Also, they're a much bigger company, and also um, people just know about that more. It what I'm trying to say is that we are in the beginning stages of like where Google was in like 95, 96, 97, right? We're in the pre era of the dot com era. There didn't used to be regulatory, rules of the road for what people could do on the internet and how these companies, what they could do. So with that being said, um, we're almost there, right? The Genius Act was the first start, the start of it, and the Clarity Act is going to be the one, the market structure bill. That's what we need so that, companies like Ripple know the rules of the road. So just want to keep you guys updated. Massive news, super exciting stuff. This just continues and continues to prove my point that Ripple is going to be at the heart of the financial system for the next 100 years. Bitcoin, Ethereum, these types of cryptocurrencies that you're seeing, you're never going to get to see these prices again in 10, 15, 20 years. Be on the right side of history. Be on the right side of this. Because if you miss this, you may never get another chance at something like this. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. And I hope that you guys got something out of this. And excuse my terrible English. I'm trying. No, but seriously, I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great one. Peace.
Know what you want and believe that you can and will get it.
Your time is limited.
Always keep going.
You kill me! Keep going! You keep going!
A Thessalonian you're fighting. He's the biggest man I've ever seen. I wouldn't want to fight him.
That's why no one will remember your name.